Girls love that sound, man. I used to hang out with John Thomas. John had a 46 Mercury. His father gave it to him in 1958. But John, that car was mean though, man, because John had pipes and all kinds. He was always going to Pep Boys and putting something in that car, man. And he just... And he had the body of the car fixed so the body would keep on going forward, you know, but the wheel stayed, man, at the light. And I was John's main man. It was my job to keep the window down and have my elbow hanging out. I was just... And John, see, he never looked where he was going. See, he looked at the tachometer. The tach told him how he was doing, man. John had 4 on the floor, 8 on the roof, and 9 on the door. And it was my job that when girls were a quarter of a block from the car to tap him, and he would take off and, you know, just impress them. Just burn rubber in first, throw it in the second, drop it to go to third, and then drop it back in the second, and then go to reverse and backfire all the way back down, man. And by the time he got there, the girls said, "Woo, we want to ride." And I didn't even ask, man. I just opened the back door and they get in the thing, Jack. That's how cool we were, man. And you could see the girls coming and John sitting there. And I just tapped him. My job to check the girls out. The one on the left is yours. See, my father had a car, but my father wouldn't loan me his car. And on top of that, my father's car wasn't cool either. Father had a 52 Chevy. And my father's car went... You can't get no girls with a car like that. I borrowed his car one time. He let me drive it to the drugstore to get some medicine for him. And there was a nice looking girl sitting at the bus stop. And I went, "Burn, burn." And she said, "Burn, burn to you." Best car was owned by Charlie Waynes. Charlie Waynes had a 42 DeSoto. Cut the back off of it. And put a Hudson back on it. And he painted it himself with house paint. Pink and white. With a lion's head on the trunk. God, dog. Then he took 200 pounds of sand, put it in the trunk, you know, so the wheels raise up. Front wheels never touch the ground, man. Then he went down to the graveyard and took the engine out and bought an old Cessna airplane engine. Put it in his car. Charlie was too mean. Me and Charlie sitting in his car with airplane helmet and goggles on. And Charlie started... Car would only go 20 miles an hour. But girls had to book reservations to get in that car, Jack. Yes, indeed. I took my driver's test in that car, and the state trooper wasn't ready for it. State trooper got in, man. My name is Woodard, and I'm sure you're familiar with the Pennsylvania Motor Vehicle Rules and Regulations for driving on the freeways and the highways. You will now start the vehicle and proceed. I was 16, scared to death, man. Didn't like the clutch, never wanted to meet the clutch, and hated it. And in them days, see, you had to take the gas pedal, Jack, give it some gas. Just have to give it a little gas, that's all. I think you flooded it. How come? Well, there's gas shooting over your left shoulder. Yeah, I know it does that all the time, and don't smoke in here either. What the hell is this, an airplane? Yeah. Well, how do you keep the engine cool? Well, you just have to keep moving. All right, let's go. And I panicked on the clutch, man. Could not get out of first gear. It just went. For 4 blocks, I'm going. And the trooper's sitting there going, Jesus Christ. Here, you pass. You pass. And after that, I just had me a nice permit.